For everyone to come in closer within the green space, if you can.
Stop recording.
She's moving a lot. Come on in. Thank you. Great occasion. Thank you to the Patella brothers for starting this whole act of District 3. I am honored to be here representing the city's elected leaders, including Mayor Pro Tem Ham, who was unable to see our former city leaders' vision come to life, and their strategic risks generate tremendous rewards for our community. This is an awesome occasion. The completion of Streetscape program, now called RAISE, is to the city of Goldsboro. USDOT released the Tiger 5 round in early 2013. It is a grant program that supports transportation infrastructure projects that create jobs, spurs the United States in this round. In 2016, after significant efforts from our city leaders, we received yet another Tiger grant, an additional $5 million to complete the progress started by Tiger 5, $15 million in total. Major cities including Raleigh, Charlotte, and Asheville. What does that say to me? It says we have a great vision for Goldsboro, great leadership, great partners. Due to their hard work and determination, we were able to be competitive and prepared for opportunity. Recognize our future in spite of our past and do all our part in strengthening our community. This day is a day for citizens to know that they are all valued, and this day is for our entire city. Remember, whenever you do whatever you do it downtown. I am very proud of this project. Over to Mrs. Salmon to acknowledge some individuals and kick off the program. Thank you.
On behalf of the council, the residents and visitors of Goldsboro, I wish to thank the state and local leaders for their support of the hub and the $5 million U.S. Department of Transportation. State elected leaders, Senator Jim Perry, Senator Don Davis. I know House Majority Leader Representative John Bell is here. And Mayor Pro Tem Ham, Councilmember Broadway, like Councilwoman Matthews wishes she could be here, and Councilmember Aycock as well. Previous Downtown Development Director, Julie Metz, were all involved in the planning and the oversight of this project. I'd also like to thanks for what you and your team did to make this happen. Congressman Butterfield was involved, Senator Burr was involved, Senator Tillis, Senator Don Davis. The North Carolina Department of Transportation Secretary Nicholas Tennyson was also involved. Or too many to mention, or I'd be here a long time. So I just want to thank the local leaders and supporters for that. You know, the Tiger Grant program exists to support transportation. Grant in 2013, we have 58 new businesses downtown, 372 net jobs, 163 building renovations, including more than 60 property acquisitions. More than 150,000 square feet of once vacant building space is now put back in use. Those are huge accomplishments. Please give. It's dollars 4-1, which is huge. While we're celebrating the opening of the hub here, it's one of the major elements of the last Tiger 8 grant for $5 million. You'll also note that the streetscape from the Liberty Tree down there, from Spruce to Elm along Center Street is part of that. All the Wayfarer signage and the GWTA concourse is a part of this grant that makes our city so great. I'm now going to turn it over to Aaron Fonseca, who has some of the more details to say before Representative Bell gets up here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Manager. Just adjust this. Not quite as tall as he is. All right. Good morning, everybody. I am really all smiles as I look out at this beautiful crowd in this beautiful setting and just think about what it took to get us here today. I'm excited to be joining you all in celebration of the completion of the Streetscape project in the hub. It's hard to believe that amidst the life and industry-altering changes that came with the pandemic, this project was, believe it or not, completed on time. So thank you, TA Loving, for safely making that happen. Though the project was actually complete in 2020, we unfortunately had to postpone any official celebration until today. So finally, we get to come together, dedicate the hub and the remainder of the Center Street Streetscape. As a reminder, the construction that started in May of 2019, as Manager mentioned, included the third and final phase of the Center Street Streetscape project from Spruce to Elm. If you'll recall, we started the first phase of Streetscape back in 2012, so it's really been a long time in the making. Also, the continuation of the roundabouts, including a hybrid roundabout that really enhances the beloved Freedom Tree. And I'd also like to share that the city has been working to kind of bolster that Freedom Tree, make sure it stays healthy for years to come. So thank you for all who have been a part of that. As well as a linear park, complete with 4 additional large sculpture pieces, 20 miniature steel critters that you'll find along South Center Street, and room for future art and music installations. The demolition of the former Cornerstone Commons that was here where we were standing, it is now a quality 28,000 square foot public park-like amenity that includes this unique and permanent stage with built-in electricity. If anyone has hosted events with the city before, you will praise the Lord on that one. Power pedestals over here for food trucks, public restrooms, green space, furnishings, and there's even a fireplace back there. The fire department is just right around the corner if you have any emergencies there. Additionally, as the manager mentioned, we had the creation and installation of 90 plus wayfinding signs that are located throughout the greater Goldsboro area, not just here in downtown, and they really look fantastic, and I want to thank the planning department for really taking the lead on that one. As Councilman Polite mentioned, the projects completed with the Tiger Grant are the culmination of nearly 15 years of effort, starting in 2007 with the Downtown Master Plan. The Hub and the Streetscape project are just 2 of many downtown revitalization efforts that the city has undergone since this time, but they can certainly have the most potential for transformational results. When the master plan was produced, several observations related to Center Street were noted, and they found that the design and the use of public space like this one here created functional, visual, safety, pedestrian experience, and even future economic development challenges. When the Tiger funding became available, our city leaders at the time found alignment and a transformative opportunity to address those problems. Now, let me tell you a bit more about why the Tiger 8 grant specifically is so special to the city of Goldsboro. For the 2016 round of Tiger funding, $350 million were set aside for urban projects. This is the category that we had to compete in, urban. So we're up against cities like Dallas, Philadelphia, and the San Franciscos of the country. 585 applications were submitted requesting $9.8 billion with a B dollars in grant monies for all 50 states. Only 40 were awarded in 33 states, and Goldsboro is one of them. Less than 7% of applicants actually received the funding that they applied for. So let's let that sink in for just a second. Less than 7%. One more nugget for you to think about. In Goldsboro, we received not 1, but 2 of those Tiger grants. That's absolutely phenomenal. We have been so fortunate to have great leadership and great partners. Folks who understand that work to develop great cities is competitive, and we cannot slow the momentum. We must continue to work together, work to make downtown better for our entire community. After all, its condition affects us either negatively or positively. Thankfully, USDOT and our partners realized this and helped by investing in our vision. The gains we have seen in property acquisitions and improvements have increased tax values, and that serves to help all of Goldsboro by creating additional revenues to pay for our services and their delivery. We have received testimonials from other community leaders sharing that the evolution downtown has made makes it easier for them to attract senior level professionals, industries, and residents. Tourism is also feeling an impact with increased activities and events taking place downtown, and more passive reasons for people to not only visit Goldsboro, but to stay here as well. So whether you come downtown or not, it is working for you to make Goldsboro better, not only now, but for our future. I'm also happy to say that much of the work to implement Goldsboro's Tiger grants has been done by local companies, keeping the benefit local as well. Now, I would like to recognize the stellar team who designed and produced the end result that you see today. Members of TA Loving Company, please step forward so you can be recognized. Also, Keith Smith from the City of Goldsboro, if you're here today. H&H Architecture, Allison Platt and Rivers Associates, and the Wooten Company. If any of you are present from these companies, please step forward so we can formally recognize you. Take your time. Thank you guys so much for the tireless work that you put into this end result that we see today. I'd like for you to stay close by because we want you to help us come up here and cut the ribbon when we're done. I'd also like to recognize NCDOT and FTA, whose funding and guidance made these projects possible, as well as the City of Goldsboro for their steadfast support in delivering each project and maintaining them once complete. The Parks and Rec crews do a phenomenal job of beautifying our streetscape, and the Building and Grounds Division of Public Works is so helpful in supporting programming of our spaces and ensuring that things work just the way they should. They also hung this beautiful ribbon that you see here that you're going to cut later today, so great job, guys. They never know what they're going to do when they come to work each day. I'd also like to once more recognize Mayor Chuck Allen, who has been a constant advocate for progress, growth, and the improvement of quality of life for all in his beloved city. He would never rest on our successes, knowing that with every completed project, 20 more were in need of implementation and his support. Of course, sharing in this view was Julie Metz, who really wished that she could join us today and was so sad that she couldn't be here. The vision of a completed streetscape, Walnut Street corridor connecting Union Station and GWTA to Center Street and the Hub, those were as much her vision as anyone else's. As the Downtown Development Director for more than 2 decades, Julie mastered the art of strategic planning and grant writing, bringing in more than $20 million in state and federal grants for our city during her tenure. As my predecessor, I really am thankful for her passion and dedication to downtown each and every day. Lastly, I would like to recognize the DGDC, our private, nonprofit change makers and advocates who volunteer thousands of hours each year to work for the betterment of downtown Goldsboro and the enjoyment by all. Before passing the mic, I'll just leave you with the DGDC's vision statement, which oddly enough was created in 2012 before any of the Tiger grants came along, and continues to guide downtown Goldsboro's steps. Goldsboro, beautiful, historic, lively, and full of economic opportunity and gusto. We honor our past while developing diversity and vibrancy to create a cultural, arts, entertainment, and urban lifestyle center. Thank you so much for being here to celebrate with us today, and thank you to all of you who have worked so hard to make this transformation a reality. Now I would like to welcome House Majority Representative John Bell up here for some closing comments. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be out of Raleigh and back home. All you have to do is just look around, and you see what happens when our community comes together. Whether it's T11 and the subcontractors, the landscape design and hindsight work, the Will family, who's been an outstanding advocate for not just downtown, but all of Goldsboro, our city, our county delegation, our local folks, our state delegation, and federal delegation all came together to help make this happen. And the result of that is we have a beautiful downtown. The result of that is when people come in from out of state, come to our county, this is where we take them. The result of that is when you're having business meetings, this is where you bring people. The result of that is people from all over the world now going to come and see what a quality and wonderful downtown that we have. Now, there's nothing that I can say that hasn't already been said, but I will tell you the behind the scenes information that went on. When we're in Raleigh doing the budget cycle, it's been a challenge the last couple of years, but I would get a phone call every 3 weeks from Julie Metz and say, have you secured the funding yet? No, ma'am, I'll get back to work and we'll get it done. 3 weeks later, have you secured the funding yet? No, ma'am, we're still working on getting it done. Julie leaves and goes on to bigger and better things. Aaron and Scott step in. Hey, have you got the funding and secured it yet? No, we're still working on it. Well, we eventually got it. And the last phone call I got before we were able to put forward some funding for this project, and hopefully some more funding that will come through this budget cycle, was from my good friend and our mayor, Chuck Allen. And Chuck would always say, Precious, just get it done. Just get it done. I wish he was with us, but we know he's here in spirit, and please keep him in your thoughts and prayers. But Aaron, let's cut this thing into pieces. Thank y'all.
Everybody get your scissors and find a spot in front of the blue ribbon so you can help us cut this ribbon.
How about